Oi, oi. Mm. Good morning from down under. It's now it's now 9:19 here in the morning. I guess you guys in Australia have it's 8 hours ahead of me or something. So 3:30 or something, almost. Because I guess you guys you have the same time zone or almost as Japan, or is it 1 hour earlier? Japan is probably more to the east when I think about it. So I'm just gonna stop by a place to throw away some old batteries since my job is to change, yeah, maintain fire electrical, a company called Hedengren. I'm only walking around doing tests of the fire centrals and check that everything works. And that also includes the batteries. So there, I think maybe I have around 12 batteries or something I need to throw away, weighing down the car. 7:20 p.m. What? It's almost 6:30 in the evening. Oh, 7:20. No, wait, AM. That's no PM. What? T-ball 8. Ah, 6:20. Hva er det som hadde skjedd, sa du?
Han skulle sjekke pressostaten på spinkeren, og så var det kobla 230 volt inn på pressostaten, tror jeg. Det var det sånn sikkert kortetrekk.
Ah,
Men du nevnte at man kunne måle, Kristoffer. Du kan jo fly rundt og måle om det er 230 volt, eller om det er noe jordfeilting og sånn, men det er litt rart å gjøre det overalt nå. Det skal jo ikke være 230 volt på en pressostat. Det skal det ikke. Men grunnen til at jeg tar det opp, er at vi er litt bevisst på hvis det er spesielle ting som, ja, altså man kan ikke måle på alt, for da bruker man sikkert unødig tid på det, men det er viktig at vi har det litt i bakhodet på viktigheten av å i hvert fall tenke på det. Hvis det er dårlig kabling og merking, og man ikke helt, det kan jo være 230 volt inn via sentralen som går på et annet sted, og Frode har hatt en utfordring med strømgjennomgang på et anlegg også. Kristoffer? Bare tenk på, det var kanskje Øystein, men hvis det er en sak da, hvor det går opp feil på sentralen da, skulle jo tro at det forsvinner utstyr og på noe et eller annet vis.
yeah, my brother went to Australia for vacation 2 years ago. So, because his girlfriend has family somewhere in Sydney, I believe, so they went there for like 5 weeks to travel around Australia.
Jeg fikk sånn i korte trekk bare skrevet noe som han hadde testet, så det var ikke helt i detalj, men det som er viktig at vi i hvert fall adresserer og tenker litt over er noe som virker litt unormalt utover det som det burde vært sett senest ut da. Så har vi det koster oss ikke kanskje like mye å ta en liten sjekk på målet, enn at i verste fall så skjer en ulykke. Så jeg tar det opp siden det har vært et nylig eksempel. Vi har hatt det en gang før, og kanskje flere også i Hedengren, at det har skjedd fordi elektrikere har koblet feil inn på et eller annet utstyr vi sjekker. Så jeg tenkte i hvert fall å ta det opp, så folk er kjent på det.
He just said a colleague of mine was measuring something, and an electrician had connected 230 volts into like a 24 volt system, and when my colleague was gonna test it, he managed to get electrocuted. I'm in a Teams meeting with my company at the moment. That's why we hear someone speaking.
Så vi har masse infokanaler, men det forsvinner litt ut i alt som sendes ut. Jeg kommer til å ta på disse møtene fremover. Det kommer ikke til å bli like lange. Nå tok vi et litt større for å dra det i gang. Og bra til Lasse tok og gikk gjennom en del.
Yeah, he liked visiting Australia, I guess. I have never been there myself, so if I ever go there, I would constantly check everything and like be thinking about poisonous insects and stuff. Because in Norway, we have two things poisonous. We have poison, what do you call it, mushroom, and then we have like this venomous snake. But if you're not allergic, the worst thing that you get is like a fever or something. And the mushroom, you obviously have to eat it to be infected, so yeah, Norway is pretty safe like that. And if you're really unlucky, you might meet a brown or black bear, but they are usually really scared of humans, so they run away before you even get to see one. But I guess the violent insects in nature in Australia probably has to do with it's an island, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I have to throw away some batteries. I will be back. You have bears in Australia as well? Or do you mean the kangaroos? Yeah, the meeting is basically done now, so I will start moving the batteries outside. Oh yeah, what? Koala bear? Oh right. I forgot about the koala bears. They are both smart and stupid since they only eat one thing, right? God damn, that was an ugly car. Especially the front. Kind of Chinese brand is that? Motor, of course. Okay, I will now drive to my father and visit him. But also, I'm gonna work from his house using my laptop because I need to uh, make some plans for new upcoming jobs, call customers and stuff like that. Maybe I should ask, call him up front to see if he's home. Uh, Hallo? Hei, er du hjemme nå? Ja, jeg tenkte jeg kan komme og jobbe hos deg, og så kan jeg hente de tinga og sånn. Ja, ja, ha det. So yeah, he was home, and I got coffee from Oninen, which is a store for electricians. I guess some of them have something for plumbers and as well, but it's usually only electricians that need to go there. You can technically go there and buy stuff as a private person as well, but it's not often people do that. So I have my GoPro now, but in the nighttime or when it's sun is setting, it's useless because yeah, when it's dark, GoPro is really bad. Sadly, my when I'm live streaming with my DJI camera, you hear like this static noise. I even sent one in, returned returned one, but the one I got, which was also brand new, had the same issue, the same sound, and that's the DJI Hero 4, I believe it's called. Maybe the next camera I will try to live stream is the 360 action or something. maybe I should start my Stinky Dragon podcast, episode 53.
It's having like bonding experience than physical activity.
Right. Maybe we should talk to the people who don't want to bring to it.
I think so too. I think we should find out what the whole hubbub is between these two guys.
So, is there anyone in particular that's Mika Lewis pins?
You see a few of them. There's a half elf, a mount dwarf, halfling, a human.
Well, I actually got to talk to the halflings. My people.
Yeah, you all approach a halfling who seems to have some Lewis paraphernalia on. And he sees you all walk up to him, sticks out a hand, and says, "Good to meet you. I'm the Lucky Cat Pat. Are you guys voting for Lewis in the upcoming election as well?"
Well, you know, we're actually the rare few undecided voters in this town. So
Oh, some swing voters.
yeah, we're trying to, you know, just get very easily persuaded people, I guess. Once we hear everyone's opinions, you make a good argument. Who knows? They might get our vote. So, I mean, pretend that you're Lewis and you're arguing on behalf of your campaign for us.
Yeah, the GoPro is really good when it's daylight, but when the daylight goes away, which is around 4:30 in Norway at the moment, or maybe earlier, then if I don't drive where I'm driving now at the highway with light, you can't see anything, which is really bad, I think. So the only bad thing about the GoPro is the lack of vision when it's dark.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. You're Lewis.
I'm Lucky Cat Pat.
No, you just said you're Lewis.
I think because you're wearing that pin that says Lewis, so I'm a little confused.
I was so confused. No, Lewis is who I'm voting for. I'm Lucky Cat Pat. And you notice at this point that he has a black cat in his lap and he's petting the cat. Says, well, I mean, really, you should be, you should hear it from the source, Lewis, directly. I don't know if I could do any justice to Lewis's words. I don't know. I haven't seen Lewis for a little while. If you want, we could arm wrestle, pass the time. If you win, maybe I give you a little bit of information.
Okay.
I'm down. Up to you, bud.
I will wrestle you, Mr. Lewis.
Very good. So let's go and roll initiative. We'll see who goes first and start wrestling.
I have advantage on initiative this one, but that was a nat 20, so.
Okay. Lucky Cat Pat clears the table in front of him, and you win the initiative roll. You all clasp your hands together. Okay, the way this works is we'll be making multiple opposed strength checks, and with each successful check, you push your opponent closer and closer to the table, sort of like a reverse tug of war. Imagine a clock face. You both start at 12 o'clock, and you're trying to get Lucky Cat Pat's arm over to 3 o'clock, both trying to get yours to 9 o'clock. Since you want initiative,
Also, the GoPro has much better microphone, I think, compared to the DJI.
It's a 19.
All right, I'm gonna roll. I got a
But now I'm using an external microphone as well, so
leverage. You will push his arm to about 1 o'clock. Oh, and if you want, I'm going to mention this. At any point during a match, you can like make an intimidating stare at your opponent and try to intimidate them, and the opponent gets disadvantage. Like you get into their head.
Such a extended eye contact intimidates me too. But John Gum isn't trying to intimidate. He's trying to be friendly, but I think it comes off in such a grimace and a crazy, like, red smile that it looks intimidating.
Yeah, I got it. Right. So yeah, go ahead and make a. We'll still call it an intimidation check. Yeah, there you go. 15, 17. That's a pretty good roll. Roll 15. Yeah, you win that roll. So Pat gets disadvantage on the next check. So go ahead and make your strength check, Gogo.
That's a 13.
And I get disadvantage. Oh, that's a 13 plus my 18. So even with disadvantage, Pat manages to bring his arm back up to the starting position. You all are even, neck and neck.
Here's John.
Pat says, "Quit talking." Go ahead and make another strength check. Pat rolled an 8 plus 5, 13. You see a vein bulging on Pat's head, and he heaves your arm to the 11 o'clock position. Oh, you're losing a little now, Gum.
Can I use my mage hand to help?
yeah, the roads around like to southeastern Norway, or Østlandet, which is where I am now, around Oslo. These roads are really nice, but according to my friend that lives in Førde, which is on the west side of Norway, some of the main roads there is just like one lane here. And on that road you can even meet like that's a road I guess that goes in through the fjords or at around the fjords. You can meet trucks, so you have to like yeah, be really careful when driving there, especially if you're in a private small car facing a truck. Like the guy coming behind me now, truck driving crazy fast. I'll be slow down. Yeah, when I was in France 2 years ago for a summer vacation, we rented a Tesla Model Y. I was so shocked when we arrived because it was daylight, and then after when we got out of the airport, the sun had descended or gone away. It was dark, and I didn't think about it, but none of the highways there had any lights. Maybe around like what do you call it, crossroad or something. But anywhere else, it was total darkness. And here in Norway, when you drive like the main roads, the Europe roads, like E6 or E18, E stands for I guess European road, and then you have a number after. All these roads in Norway has really good lights, so I guess I'm just spoiled. Except if you go north of Trondheim, uh, the main roads there doesn't have lights all the way. Bogged in mud. Yeah, that's something that's happened here. I mean, even if you drive to our cabin in Sweden, we can if you want to save a little time, there is like this cross-country road, but it's only like what do you call it? It's not tarmac, it's like dirt and stone. But usually it's never muddy, except maybe in the spring when the snow melts. But yeah, from rumors I heard the roads on the west side of Norway is not the best because yeah. But I actually haven't been to Stavanger, or the only place on the west side of Norway I've been in is in Bergen. So that's about, yeah, gravel road, right? That's the correct word. And the only dangerous thing about driving there is you have to watch out for elks suddenly coming out from the forest. I've tried live streaming when I drive to the cabin in Sweden, but it doesn't really work because the mobile connection isn't strong enough all the way with 4G or better. It's usually only 3G. And if I remember correctly, 3G allows you for maximum internet speed of maybe around 3 or 400 kilobits if you're lucky. And that's not enough for live streaming, where you would need at least 1 megabit or 2. But it's quite funny though, when you drive from Norway to Sweden, you see the trees turn dumber. That's just an internal joke. Maybe I should stop for my second coffee at Circle K. Since we have this, I'm using a Circle K cup. That's like $40 per year you can pay, so you can drink as much coffee or hot chocolate you want. Yeah, not feral camels, but I would say feral doctors and lawyers roaming the streets in Sweden. And a random grenade attack. That's fucking crazy how Sweden has turned in the last 15 years or 20 because of some happy Swedish politicians that, yeah, I would say naive. Yeah, I guess my father has coffee he can make as well. So if I drink 3 cups of coffee, my stomach is gonna be angry later, I guess. I don't have Finnish genes, so it's so funny. I read a story about or Facebook posts that some guy or some people in Finland actually use coffee. They drink coffee before they go to sleep. Like, what the? I think Norway is rated like number 3 or 4 when in like the whole world of drinking coffee per capita, and Finland is number 1. And if that is the case, they drink coffee before going to bed. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, uh, I guess Norway was kind of hard to hard, what do you call it, is to blame because of that, because a lot of the northern part of the UK was visited by some of my ancestors. So if you check your DNA, you probably have 80% Norwegian DNA as well, I guess, or Danish, because the whole Viking era is really glorified traders drive or sailing on a jolly ride to northern parts of England and later all parts of England. Looting and raiding and raping. They were basically just like ISIS. And then it calmed down, I guess. And then the Danish king started with money making or something, I believe. And then I'm not sure when they invented their Danish counting system, but god damn, it's messed up. How they count like 50 kroners or something, halvfjerds and fjers and I've actually been more to visited quite a lot of England because I've been in London, Oxford, Plymouth, South Devon, driven quite a lot of different places. Yeah, because Australia was just Britain's prison camp, but then you guys managed to turn around and yeah. That must be quite a shock though. What, by the way, do you know, was when the first prisoners was sent, was the guards also sent along to like manage the prisons, or was it just like D-Day, just row the boats to the shore, throw the prisoners off, and then row back home to England? I actually haven't tried learning about that part of story. I just know it was a prison colony or prison, big ass Alcatraz. This site here we just drove past, it's like a big ass what do you call it, furnace that burns some kinds of garbage, which fuels a big ass water tank. Then that water is heated and then sent around Oslo to different houses and apartment buildings for hot water. That's pretty good. The hell they're building? Building a new school or something there? Office building? Hmm. Do you have ski resorts in Australia? Because it's a big enough country for you have to have snow, right? In north of Australia, or is it south? I actually haven't researched Australia so much, so it's not the whole country is just not one big ass hot zone, is it? I guess I can just check the map where the equator is compared to Australia, and then it's not too hard to see or guess. More snow than Switzerland. Oh. Yeah, where? In the north or in the south? I would guess south because that's closer to the South Pole, and and yeah, a lot of places in Europe right now is getting not that much snow. Uh, I don't really believe the climate, uh, like say, believing that everything is gonna be much warmer because I believe more in like this years it's gonna be much more snow again. Like when I grew up in the 90s, uh, we had also had like winters with a lot of snows, and then sometimes we would have less snow, but people forget or ignore or whatever, and then they believe they Al what's that American guy Al Gore crap. They would say the sea would rise 50 meters by 2020 or something. Yeah, yeah, okay. So in the middle of Australia, I guess you would have in the summer it would reach 45 Celsius, or you guys don't use the American scale, Fahrenheit. As my friend calls it, retard scale. Yeah, I need to try and visit a country in Asia at least. My friends or my father in my no, how do I say that? A girl that used to go in my son's class. I'm a friend, still a friend of his or her father, and he sent me pictures from Vietnam when they went there this summer. And yeah, it looks really cool. And they also went to Japan that same summer vacation. And he said he recommends Vietnam because it's so much cheaper. And yeah, they also have a lot of like anime culture there as well, stuff like that. So you don't really need to go to Japan, which is more crowded and more expensive. So you get more money's worth vacation from Vietnam. And right now here in Norway it's 12 Celsius. And this is where my family moved when I was 12, no wait, 13, 14. We had, I remember I was so pissed off because from the house we left like 20 minutes drive from here. Oh, a squirrel in the road. Uh, we just got ADSL internet, uh, and we had it for maybe 1 year or something. I was playing Counter Strike 1.6 and like with a CRT screen. I used all my money savings to purchase a AMD 64 Athlon FX or something. Um, Nvidia, what was the graphic card? Uh, six. I don't remember. It was yeah, old school. And then we moved here. No internet, nothing. We had like 3G connection. I just started no wait, that was later. Later when I started as an apprentice electrician, I had money myself. So I would like start playing. Oh, that was maybe 2000 something. 2000, then 2003, 2004, I had my own money, so I got like my own internet or contract, I guess. But at that time, you had to pay per megabyte, so I had like bills for like $150 per month because I was playing online, but I didn't have anything to spend money on except computer stuff. So I was playing World of Warcraft with like between 400 and 1500 ms or ping. And then later we got like this radio connection system connected to a fiber cable in the other side. And then we got like 40 to 90 ping, which was way better. And then eventually fiber cable came all the way here. It's like one of the cables you see up in the post there is a fiber cable. So yeah, and my father has this indoor swimming pool, a lot of animals roaming around. Usually you see deer straight ahead eating from something my father has put out. Elks roaming around. Yeah, but yeah, if my father moves or yeah, I want to purchase this place. It's really nice. You're not allowed to build anything else here. It's like a forest area, so yeah, 200 meters to a lake. We have a canoe we can use, and yeah, it's really nice. 22 Celsius tomorrow, 34. A record of 46, so it's around Death Valley temperatures. I haven't been there, but just some friends of mine have been there. They told me they went to Death Valley for a visit, and then they decided to go down to Los Angeles or something. And then it was too cold, so they went back to Death Valley. Yeah, we'll have a good day or good night. I'm gonna go inside for some work now. And tomorrow I will pick up my friend who's coming for a visit because we're going to another place for the wedding on Sunday. He's coming from flying in from Finland, American born with Russian parents. So he's never gonna go back to Russia, that's for sure. Oh yeah, nice to meet you, Barry. Uh, my name, as you probably can guess, is Eric. Not many people with Eric with a C in Norway, it's usually with a K. So yeah. Oh. Sun just set. Yeah, it's about 6 hours until it sets here, so yeah, I'm gonna stream more later, but then you're probably in deep sleep, so yeah, we'll catch you guys later. And, yeah, have a nice night, Barry. Goodbye for now.